Welcome to the first ever movie Kombat! Today, we have two very special contenders for you. Fighting from the red corner, the 1933 monster film that started it all, King Kong! And fighting for the blue corner, Peter Jackson's remake, 2005's King Kong! Which one of these colossal gorillas will come out on top? We'll see today in today's Movie Kombat! What better way to start out this new segment than with Kong vs. Kong? The original 1933 King Kong was very, very innovative for its time, and the remake has a lot of heart and amazing characters, but which one of these films comes out on top? Here's how it's going to work. We have categories. Our categories are story, characters, special effects, and themes. Now, instead of one film coming out on top in a certain category, each film will get a score out of 10. We'll add up all the points at the end and see who will be crowned the King of Skull Island. Let's get started.
Hey, is this the moving picture ship?
Not exactly. It's actually this one over here.
Story! Which one is the better story? Well, in the original, a successful reckless filmmaker, Carl Denham, is on his way to a mysterious island to shoot his film, but he can't get a lead actress because of his reputation. He meets a down-on-her-luck Ann Darrow, and together with first mate Jack Driscoll, they set sail. When they arrive at the island, they come across a tribe of natives, whose portrayal definitely shows the film's age. Anyway, they're in the middle of a ceremony to sacrifice a woman to their god, Kong. The chief officer trades 6 women for Ann. Yeesh. The crew denies and goes back to the ship, where Ann gets kidnapped by the natives and forced to take place in the ceremony anyway. She gets taken by Kong, and a rescue mission is mounted, and the crew have to fight and escape all sorts of deadly creatures, including the monstrous Kong, in order to rescue Ann. Jack rescues Ann, and they escape with Kong chasing after. Despite efforts to keep him back, he attacks the crew and the natives until he is gassed by Denham, who takes him back to the ship to show the world and become a millionaire. Kong escapes, though, running through New York, finds Ann, climbs the Empire State Building, gets shot down by planes. Although, Denham tells the crowd it wasn't the planes.
It was beauty killed the beast.
The remake story is very similar. In fact, it's pretty much the same, but let's go over it anyway. Carl Denham finds his lead actress, Ann Darrow. They set sail along with Jack Driscoll to Skull Island, where natives capture Ann to sacrifice to Kong. A rescue mission is mounted, and the crew has to fight and escape all sorts of deadly creatures, including the monstrous Kong, in order to rescue Ann. Kong is then gassed by Denham, who takes him back to the ship to show the world and become a millionaire. Kong escapes to find Ann. He climbs the Empire State Building, gets shot down by planes, and Denham remarks,
It wasn't the airplanes. It was beauty killed the beast.
However, there are some big story differences in the remake, most having to do with the characters, which we'll get to in the next round. But there's also pacing. The original is just under 2 hours. The remake is about 3 hours. In the original, we spend less than half an hour getting to the island, and in the remake, we spend an hour getting to the island. Watching these two movies, the faster paced one is definitely the original, especially once they get to the island. It's non-stop monster fights. But faster pace doesn't always mean better. I know a lot of people complain about how long we spend on the boat in the remake and how boring it is. But after watching the movie again, I disagree. We spend that time learning more about the main characters and even the supporting characters, Lumpy, Mr. Hayes, and Jimmy. And when the action does kick in, you actually care about these characters and what might happen to them. This movie is not your typical monster action movie. It even tells us that. So the longer runtime allows the film to say a lot more to the original. But we'll get to that in the themes round. Now it's time to rate these two. Starting with the original. Now, this is a story that started it all. I loved this movie, and I had so much fun watching it. I can see how it inspires so many monster movies that came after it. It can be really easy to see the things that date this movie and not realize how special it was. It can be really easy to call it tropey and not realize it founded those tropes. Truth is, we might not have the monster movies we have today if not for this film. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's a solid story. It's just a little lacking. So, what about the remake? Well, most of the things that make the remake really, really great, I can't talk about this round. We're going to talk about that in the characters round and in the themes round. But let's just say the pacing and the longer runtime really allows the characters to be fleshed out and the themes to be fleshed out. And because of that, I'm going to give this one a 10 out of 10. It does what every remake should do, which is take the original source material, follow it, expand upon it, and just really make an awesome movie. 10 out of 10, knocked it out of the park, Peter Jackson. Alright, that's our first round, everyone. Story. It actually looks like Peter Jackson's King Kong is ahead by 3 points, so be sure to tune in next time for our next round, characters. It ought to be a good one, but until next time, we're your friends, not your boss. This is Full-Time Fans. I'm Thomas. See you next time. Hey guys, we're releasing a video a week now. We're always trying to grow, change, and improve this channel. And one way you can really help out is by going to patreon.com/Full-Time Fans. For as little as $1 a month, you can support the show and allow us to release more content to you guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time.